Hello from a windy Kampala today. My name is Becky, and I'm here to share some more thoughts from the Bible with you today. If you enjoy these videos, I do encourage you just to click that subscribe button, as that lets you know when there's any new videos for you to check out. One thing that we've really enjoyed while being on lockdown is the freedom to tune into different churches all around the world. Our home church here in Kampala in Uganda, Gaba Community Church, has been streaming its services live every Sunday, but so has our home church in the UK and other places that we just love to worship with as well. It's something that I've heard a lot of people praising actually in this strange time, that churches have really stepped up to help their congregations with regular worship and teaching time, and using technology to impact congregations and even people who don't know about Jesus. Well, it's great that we still have that resource, but there are other things that have stopped. All of my regular Bible study groups paused, along with the times that I would gather with people to pray together. We're not able to do those activities. And it means that there's a lot more pressure to do those things personally, individually. I can't rely on groups or other people to push me into studying the word or into prayer anymore. That's kind of compounded by living on top of each other all of the time. There's less space, there's less time alone for those activities. But I was challenged this week as I read a verse in the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 10. This is from the NLT translation. It says, "Put on your new nature and be renewed as you learn to know your Creator and become like Him." The great thing about this journey that we're on is that we don't need to be perfect. We are human. We make mistakes. Sometimes we get things wrong. Especially, there's sometimes there simply isn't the time or the space to do everything that we want to do, especially in this strange time, where there may be extra responsibilities, homeschooling children, or trying to work out ways to get food, having to queue to observe social distancing rules. Even just the extra worry and the stress that we're faced with right now, the fear for the future, all of those things take extra time and extra capacity that takes time away from some of those things that we want to be doing. There's a lot going on. And the good news is that you don't need to beat yourself up if you miss the mark one day. But you knew there was going to be a but there, right? If we want to live our very best lives here on earth, if we want to experience the wonder of daily renewal, if we want to get better at putting on our new natures and putting down some of those unhelpful things of this earth, then we need to challenge ourselves. This verse, it doesn't say, you should absolutely 100% know everything there is to know about your Creator right at this instant, right now. It says you need to learn to know your Creator. It doesn't say you should already be like Him. What are you doing messing up? It says become like Him. This is an ongoing process. And it's one the Bible talks about often. How we need to continue to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. How we need to work towards spiritual maturity. To come off the milk and onto solid food. But what does that mean practically for us today? Well, it's a real challenge. How can we better know our Creator? And the best place to go for that is to this book right here. It's to the Bible. It tells us all about him. It tells us about his nature, about his names, about his power, about his gentleness and his humility. And there are so many great Bible reading plans out there that can help you to read through the whole of this book, or just a section of it if the whole team seems a bit too intimidating. You know, there have been times in my life where that's felt like a bit of a chore, you know, where it's just been another task that I need to do to tick off on my to-do list for the day. But I've changed my attitude when I come to the Bible. Every time I pick it up now, I ask God to speak through it to me, to show me some characteristic of his nature that I might not have noticed before. And it's really rare now that I don't find anything that speaks to me when I read this book, that shows me a little bit more of who he is and how I can better live like him in my day-to-day life. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12 tells us that the word of God is alive and active, sharper than any double-edged sword. It penetrates even to dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It judges the thoughts and attitudes of the heart. Learning to know our Creator more, it doesn't have to be something dull and dreary, something that, I suppose we really need to do that. It can be the most exciting part of our days. We can find renewal in these pages and comfort and strength and everything that we need for that day. You don't need to worry if you're not where you want to be spiritually right now. It's a journey, but I encourage you to pick up the map today, even if it's only for a few minutes. Pick it up, read it, and ask God to reveal something to you of his wonderful nature. See, I found that when I come expectant to this book, when I come expecting to hear from him, to learn of him, that he never ever disappoints me. Thank you so much for listening in on this very rainy Kampala day. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.